For those of you who watch my channel, you know that 2023 was a battle between the GoPro Hero 11 and the DJI Action 3. Now, last season I did end up choosing the Action 3 as my go-to camera at He Has the Camera, and the reason for that was because I thought the color reproduction was great, the mic pickup was fantastic, and I could use the camera out of the box on all automatic settings. Now, a little background on this, I originally was not going to upgrade to the Action 4 because, frankly, the Action 3 still does great. So today we're going to answer the question of whether or not the Action 4 is worth an upgrade and decide whether or not it's going to be the new camera at He Has the Camera on YouTube, and we've come to Laguna Beach to check it out. So stick around. What? What is it? Oh. I don't know about you, but I think we need a new season. Let's go try it out. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, stand by for a brief intermission. Oh, it's like a slot machine. By the way, I sound like shit because I drank too much last night, so let's just be upfront about it. Oh my God, how slow can you pull out? That's what she said. Shit. Do you know in California you have to ask for utensils? Okay, so right now you're getting video from the Action 4, and for the rest of this episode, that's the way it's gonna be. Now remember also that you can use the same accessories that you use for all of your GoPro stuff or whatever you might have, but it's a hell of a lot easier because you can just use the magnetic mount and it's on and off, really, really simple. Now, for this whole episode, we're gonna be in my Jeep Wrangler, and if anyone knows anything about Jeep Wranglers, now I love them, but they are not the smoothest vehicle to drive, and they are definitely loud. So we'll be able to get a good idea of how this Action 4 performs as far as ambient noise in the car and also bouncing around. I'm on a standard GoPro mount right now that's mounted to the windshield. Now for me, one of the reasons I decided on the Action 3 last year for my channel was because of how the microphones performed. I don't want to carry around a whole bunch of external microphones and cold shoe mounts and extra equipment. I want to carry around the least amount of equipment possible. So I thought the audio quality was really quite good.
Take a breath, and open up your eyes. It's a brand new day, brand new day. Watch the sunrise, and every time you feel you're down to yourself, look inside, you'll find you got what it takes. Yeah, I can tell, 'cause you can make it, you can reach the top. Here's your chance, just take it, and once you're there, never stop. You got what it takes, yeah, you'll find a way. There's nothing left to say. Today is your day.
Anytime you consider an upgrade from a product that still provides top-notch performance, there needs to be something to set it apart. And it's clear that DJI has made some subtle but important improvements to the Osmo Action 4. Build quality remains similar, which is to say outstanding. This thing is built rock solid and can handle temperatures as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit and as high as 113 degrees. So if you're one of those unfortunate people stuck in the middle of Joshua Tree, California in July, well, the Action 4 doesn't care. One of the reasons I preferred its predecessor, the Action 3, over the GoPro was the more compact design, and with this newest iteration, the dimensions have been scaled down again. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nothing you'll immediately see, it's just sort of more of a feel, but it's very welcome. With an industry-leading 160 minutes of battery life, I had plenty of time for retakes, and the Adventure combo comes with 3 batteries and a charger to keep them all juiced up at once. One of the reasons I loved the Action 3 was the audio quality, and you've had several samples from the Action 4 to judge that for yourself. The other reason I've been impressed is color. I did a previous video looking at how the Action 3 compared to the GoPro specifically on color, and once again the Action 4 stands out.
The sensor on the Action 4 is 90% larger than its competitor and can handle high contrast and dim conditions with ease. Also, if you want to really dig in, the 10-bit log profile gives content creators enhanced color grading range, but for me, I prefer to point and shoot right out of the box on all automatic settings, and it's clear there is a great balance between colors that pop and realistic tones. The color temperature sensor and automatic white balance ensure true-to-life color, and for me, it hits right where I want it. Swapping over to 120 frames per second, you can get that buttery smooth slow-mo, and it's waterproof up to 18 meters. And even ultra-wide offers an amazingly stable 155-degree field of view. There are a lot of choices from Action 4 to GoPro Hero 12 to the Insta360, and I'd recommend this camera to anyone who is a sports enthusiast, but who still wants a simple, accurate, and capable everyday camera for vacations as well. The balance and features here is just outstanding. Well, I am soaked, completely wet. Okay, well, I think I got the shot. Okay, just a little bit of handheld footage right here, right now. We've got it not hooked up to any mounts or anything like that, and I'm just trying to get an idea of how it performs handheld in the car. Again, Jeep Wrangler, not the smoothest thing in the world. We're headed out to dinner right now, and one of the things that I do want to find out is how this does in low light. As we know, action cameras generally suck in low light. It's just the nature of the beast, right? But I have this dream that one day I'll be able to actually have an action camera that I can use as my only device. But so far, none of them have actually been able to do that, but of course I have high hopes. Now, there are some additional settings on here that we can tweak to make the low light performance better, but I'm not going to do that right away. In the first part of this, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, starting to get a little bit darker. In the first part of this video, I am just going to run it on automatic settings only. Okay, so now it's a little bit darker out. Pretty much evening. Although the sky looks like blue, but it's absolutely not. Okay, now we've got real low light, and the question is, how does the stabilization perform? So, a little handheld footage. Hi, buddy. What's going on? How are you? We're testing the stabilization. Oh, geez. Hi. You want to get a little closer to the camera? So indoors right now, all the lights are on, and I'm still going to go out, so we'll have a little bit more to compare, but really in my heart, what I wanted to do is find some sort of camera that allows me to not have to use my phone. We're going to finish out this review with a look at stabilization and accessories, but since I'm always trying to grab my action camera and leave my phone behind, I wanted to look a little more at slow motion and photography. While nobody is expecting an action camera to match the likes of Apple or Google for pictures, I have to say the Action 4 holds its own. While detail isn't going to blow anybody away, I'd argue you could easily take the Action 4 with you on vacation and come away with usable memories that are true to life and have great color. A little editing would also improve these shots a lot, but I wanted you to see what they look like right out of the camera with only a 16:9 crop and no improvement. Now, as far as slow motion is concerned, this is where action cameras excel, and no longer must you sacrifice resolution to get 120 frames per second video that can be slowed down to the speed of your choice for some really nice shots. Honestly, the ability to shoot 4K at 120 and then quickly swap over to 60 frames per second without any slow motion presets like my phone is what I love. Also, back here at 60 frames per second, I think it's worth noting that dynamic range and shadow detail in this challenging environment is absolutely outstanding. This is just after sunrise in a tough spot full of straight lines and backlight, and I think the Action 4 really nails it. So you're getting a little video right now from the Pixel 7 Pro, and the reason I'm throwing that in along with the iPhone 13 that you got earlier in the video is because I know we're not comparing phones to action cameras here. I do care about what device is going to perform the best in the most situations. So we're going to take the Wrangler out for a little bit, get off the road, and see how the stabilization does on the Action 4. All right.
Hands down, one of the best things about the Action 4 is the way it mounts. So check this out. The magnetic mount is a piece of cake. You just put it on and you don't have to change it. Everything's magnetic. It's literally that easy. And the benefit of that is I don't have to keep unscrewing different mounts and attaching them to my Jeep. I can keep whatever I want mounted and I just click on, click off. It's all magnetic and it's simple. And it's that easy.
Stabilization on the Action 4 is as good as ever, and if you change it over to horizon balancing, you can keep a nice level image, even though whatever you might be mounted on has, well, other ideas. After a few days with the DJI Action 4, I can confidently say I love this camera. Would I upgrade from the Action 3? Maybe not, because it's still a great device, but since I have the Action 4 along in my gear now, I will absolutely be using it as the primary camera at He Has the Camera on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for a camera shootout between the Action 4 and Action 3 right around the corner. I'll see you soon.